Let me ask you something. Have you ever been sitting there doing absolutely nothing and suddenly you feel off? Not sad, not angry, not depressed, just empty? Your phone doesn't help. Music doesn't help. Motivation videos don't help. And you start wondering, why can't I just feel happy? Now, here's the strange part. Most people think happiness comes from changing their life. More money, more success, more freedom, more achievements. But neuroscience suggests something completely different. Your brain can shift into a better emotional state in less than 15 seconds. Without fixing your problems, without positive thinking, without waiting for motivation. In this video, you'll discover 3 simple brain switches that can instantly improve your mood. But stay with me until the end, because the third one changes the way your brain creates motivation itself. And once you understand it, you'll never look at happiness the same way again. Let's begin. Imagine 2 people experiencing the exact same day. Same traffic, same stress, same problems, same disappointments. One feels miserable for hours. The other recovers quickly and moves on. The difference isn't what happened. The difference is what happened inside their brain during the first few seconds after the event. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive. And survival brains react quickly. The good news, once you understand those reactions, you can interrupt them almost instantly. That's where our first brain switch comes in. Trick number 1, the face feedback switch. Most people believe emotions control facial expressions. They think you smile because you're happy. But your brain works both ways. Your face also tells your brain how to feel. Psychologists call this the face feedback hypothesis. Your brain constantly scans your body for information, your posture, your breathing, your muscle tension, and especially your face. Right now, try something. Raise your eyebrows slightly. Relax your jaw. Let the corners of your mouth lift just a little. Not a fake smile, just a soft one. Hold it for 15 seconds. That's all. While you're doing that, your brain receives a message, a surprisingly powerful message. We must be safe. Think about it. When people are terrified, they don't naturally relax their face. When people are in danger, their muscles tighten. Their jaw clenches. Their eyes narrow. Their body prepares for survival. But when you intentionally reverse those signals, your brain notices and it responds. Stress chemicals begin to decrease. Calmness increases. Not because you forced yourself to be happy, because you changed the signal. The mistake most people make is waiting to feel better before changing their body. But your brain doesn't work that way. Change the signal first. The emotion follows. Athletes use this. Public speakers use this. Actors use this because they understand something powerful. Your body can influence your mind faster than your thoughts can. Quick question. When you're stressed, do you usually try to change your thoughts first? Or do you ignore the feeling completely? Let me know in the comments. Now let's move to the second switch. Because what happens when your face is relaxed, but your mind won't stop racing? What happens when your brain keeps replaying mistakes, rehearsing disasters, creating anxiety? That's where this next trick becomes incredibly powerful. Trick number 2, name it to tame it. Your brain operates through different systems. One system reacts emotionally. Another system thinks logically. When strong emotions take over, the emotional system grabs the steering wheel. That's why stress feels overwhelming. That's why anxiety feels automatic. That's why bad moods seem impossible to stop. But neuroscientists discovered something interesting. The moment you accurately label an emotion, your brain begins shifting activity away from emotional centers and toward logical centers. In simple language, you stop being the emotion and start observing it. The next time you're stressed, don't fight it. Don't suppress it. Don't judge it. Simply say, I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling frustrated. That's it. No analysis. No solution. Just a label. It sounds too simple, but it works. Imagine a storm happening outside. If you're standing in the middle of the storm, you're soaked. You're overwhelmed. You're reacting. But the moment you step inside a house, something changes. The storm is still there, but you're observing it differently. Labeling emotions creates that distance. The emotion exists, but it no longer controls you. Research shows that naming emotions reduces their intensity. Why? Because your brain can't fully panic and fully analyze at the same time. One process interrupts the other. It's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, instead of saying, I am anxious, you begin saying, I notice anxiety. Small difference, massive result. And if you're learning something useful so far, hit the like button. Not because it helps the channel, but because it reminds you that emotions are not your enemy. They're information. Now, imagine combining the first two switches. Your face says, I'm safe. Your mind says, I understand what's happening. Already, your brain begins changing state. But we're not done, because the third switch is the most powerful of all. This one changes how your brain creates motivation itself. And most people completely misunderstand it. Trick number 3, the micro-win dopamine hit. This may be the most important lesson in the entire video. Most people believe dopamine comes from success. That's not entirely true. Your brain doesn't reward achievement as much as it rewards progress. Read that again. Progress. Not perfection. Progress. This explains something interesting. Why does checking a box on a to-do list feel satisfying? Why does making your bed feel good? Why does sending one email sometimes create momentum? Because your brain detects progress. And progress creates dopamine. Dopamine isn't just a happiness chemical. It's a motivation chemical, a focus chemical, an action chemical. The problem is that most people wait for motivation before taking action. But your brain works in reverse. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Right now, I want you to do something. Pick one action that takes less than 15 seconds. Take one deep breath. Sit up straighter. Drink a sip of water. Stretch your shoulders. Cross off a tiny task. Do it seriously. Do it right now. That tiny action may seem insignificant, but your brain just recorded progress. And progress creates momentum. This is why successful people break giant goals into small steps. They understand that dopamine comes from movement, not fantasies, not waiting, not wishing. Movement. Whenever you feel stuck, don't ask, how do I finish everything? Ask, what's the smallest action I can take right now? That's the real secret. Bad mood? Micro-win. Low energy? Micro-win. Overwhelmed? Micro-win. Unmotivated? Micro-win. Your brain loves evidence. And every small action provides evidence that you're moving forward. Imagine using all 3 switches together. You're feeling overwhelmed? Instead of spiraling, you relax your face. You name the emotion. You create one tiny win. In less than a minute, your brain receives 3 powerful messages. I'm safe. I understand what's happening. I'm making progress. And suddenly, your emotional state begins changing. Not because your life changed, because your brain chemistry changed. The more you practice these switches, the faster they work. Eventually, they become automatic. You don't need years of training. You don't need perfect habits. You just need awareness. Because these aren't habits. They're switches. And once you know where the switches are, you're never completely stuck. Let's wrap this up. Most people spend years chasing happiness. They think happiness is hiding somewhere in the future. In more success, more money, more achievements, more approval. But happiness isn't something you find. It's something you activate. Your brain already contains the mechanisms. You simply learned how to use them. You learned how to signal safety through your body. You learned how to interrupt emotional spirals through awareness. And you learned how to trigger motivation through tiny wins. The next time you feel overwhelmed, don't wait for life to improve. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for tomorrow. Lift your face. Name the emotion. Create one tiny win. That's it. 15 seconds may not seem like much, but sometimes 15 seconds is all your brain needs to remember that you're okay. And once your brain remembers that, everything starts to change. Before you go, I want you to try one of these 3 brain hacks today. Then come back and tell me what happened. Which one worked best for you? I'd love to hear your experience. Subscribe to Mr. No Excuses for more psychology, mindset, and brain hacking insights. And remember, happiness isn't hiding in your future. It's hiding in the signals you're sending your brain right now.